Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're getting into something that affects a lot of men, but maybe isn't talked about openly enough. We're talking about losing those morning erections as you get older.
Mm.
It
Yeah.
happens, right? And mostly you hear, oh, well, that's just part of aging.
hmm That's the common line. Definitely.
But what if it's not the whole story? What if there's something else going on?
Exactly. And that's what the source material we're looking at today, a really insightful YouTube deep dive,
Yeah.
it tackles that head on. It really pushes back against that just getting older idea.
Okay.
And what's really interesting is how it reframes it.
Mm.
Not as like you're broken or there's permanent damage,
Right.
but as something, well, much more manageable, almost like a disconnection.
A disconnection, not broken. I like that. That sounds much more hopeful. So that's really our mission for this deep dive, isn't it? To explore how your body's own systems, the ones you might think are just fading,
Yeah.
how they can actually be woken up again, and using really simple, accessible ways. We're not necessarily talking pills or gadgets here. We're digging into the wisdom from this source about unlocking your body's potential.
That's it. Using what you already have.
So let's unpack this main idea first.
Mm.
The source makes this huge claim, basically.
It's pretty bold.
It says the silent disappearance of your morning strength has nothing to do with age. Like, nothing.
That's what it claims, yeah. Instead, it points to something much more unexpected and much easier to solve.
Wow. Okay, so if you're listening to this and you've just accepted it as an age thing,
Right.
and now you hear it might be something easier to fix, well, what could that even be? It really makes you think, doesn't it?
It absolutely shifts the perspective. I mean, the expert in the source, they talk about having like 3 decades of experience.
Yeah.
And they really hammer home this idea of disconnection versus actual damage, especially for guys over 60. The argument is that all that stuff, virility, circulation, sensitivity, your response, it isn't actually gone.
It's still there.
Yeah.
Just dormant.
Dormant, or maybe neglected is a better word, fallen silent. The analogy they use is great.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, think of a light switch. If you haven't flipped it in years, the room's dark, sure.
You're right.
But that doesn't mean the electricity's cut off, does it? Just means no one's flipped the switch.
I see. So the body's energy, the potential, it's still there, just needs activating.
Exactly. It's waiting to be re-engaged.
That light switch analogy is really powerful. It takes away the feeling of being broken, doesn't it?
It does. And the source mentions the emotional side, too. How guys tend to blame themselves.
Yeah, I can imagine. Feeling like you've lost something essential, maybe, your masculinity.
Right. That kind of quiet shame or isolation. So what we want to do here is show this different angle, this empowering idea that, you're not broken, this connection can be remade, there's actually hope.
Okay, so if it's this disconnection and things can be reactivated, what do we actually do? The source talks about specific points on the body, right? Like actual on switches.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Natural switches is the term used.
And if you press them right with like focus and breath.
Consciousness, breath, and intention, yeah. The claim is they can return morning erections naturally.
Okay, let's get into these. What are they? Where are they?
Okay, so the first one is located just above your pubic bone.
Right above the bone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the source links this to activating your reproductive energy. It's apparently an area most men just never really touch with any kind of intention.
Yeah.
But the idea is with just some gentle, mindful touch there, things can start changing pretty quickly, like waking up a dormant energy center.
Okay, point 1. Above the pubic bone. What's next?
Point 2 is what the source calls a hidden place, the perineum.
The perineum. Okay, the bit between the anus and the scrotum.
That's the one. And it's fascinating. Eastern medicine calls it CD1, sees it as a really vital point.
CB1.
Yeah. But in standard Western medicine, it doesn't really even have a common name, which tells you something about how overlooked it is.
Wow, yeah. So what does this point do?
The source describes it as being like a valve. When you get tense down there, and a lot of men hold tension there without realizing it, it clamps down, restricting blood flow, pinching off nerves. So the idea is to gently release that tension.
How? Like, how do you do that?
Gently sitting on it, maybe using a rolled up towel for focused pressure and breathing into it. This allows what the source calls stagnant blood to get moving again. It reawakens those nerves that might have gone quiet.
Okay.
There's this story in the source about a guy named Tomas, 71, a Marine vet.
Yeah.
Hadn't felt much down there for nearly 10 years. Tried this, gently engaging the point. And he reported feeling heat again and even a faint pulse. Just a sign that things were starting to wake up.
Wow, after a decade, that's incredible. Heat and a pulse.
Yeah, a real sign of life returning.
Okay, so that's point two, the perineum. CB1, what's the third one?
The third one is, according to the source, even more ignored
Mm.
and maybe more surprising. It's the inner thigh.
The inner thigh? Really?
Yeah.
Whereabouts?
Right where it meets the torso. That soft area. Most guys don't think about it, but the source calls it a major highway for erection blood.
A highway for blood flow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eastern traditions link it to the spleen meridian. Western anatomy puts the femoral artery and nerve right through there.
Ah, okay, so major plumbing and wiring run through there.
Exactly.
Right,
And if that area gets stiff or blocked, maybe from sitting a lot or just tension,
right.
it can reduce the volume of blood flow, affect the strength, even the sensitivity.
Makes sense.
And there's another story about Earl, a 68-year-old trucker. Started gently tracing this area, applying a bit of pressure daily. Within a week, he felt, in his words, more heat and significantly more man.
More man. That really says something, doesn't it? It's not just mechanical.
Absolutely. It's about feeling connected to that part of yourself again.
So the key takeaway here seems to be gentleness. It's not about forcing anything.
Not at all. Intentional touch, breath, being present with it.
And the results sound like they go way beyond just the physical reaction. It's about bringing back hope, feeling, well,
Yeah.
like you said, still alive down there.
That's the core of it. For guys who thought that door was closed, that's huge.
Okay, those 3 points sound, well, pretty powerful.
Yeah.
But making it last, that's always a question, isn't it? Does the source talk about how to make these changes stick? Are there daily habits or things that support this?
Yes, definitely. It introduces what it calls 5 simple daily habits.
Okay.
And the claim is these habits can basically multiply this practice by 10. They're like the support system.
Multiply by 10.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, what are these habits?
First one is breathing. Seems simple, but most men, especially as they get older, tend to breathe shallowly, just from the chest.
Chest breather.
The source emphasizes slow, deep, nasal breathing into your belly, just for 5 minutes a day.
Into the belly. Okay, and why does that help?
It has real chemical effects. Lowers blood pressure, crucially increases nitric oxide.
Nitric oxide, right. That helps blood vessels relax and open up.
Exactly. It relaxes the whole system and expands those vessels. It's foundational.
Okay, deep belly breathing. Got it. What's next?
Hydration. Specifically, drinking warm water upon waking.
Warm water, not cold.
Warm, yeah. Especially for men over 60.
Yeah.
Apparently, our bodies dehydrate more easily as we age, and blood tends to thicken overnight.
Ah.
So that simple glass of warm water first thing helps dilute the blood, improves that morning circulation right away. Simple, but effective.
Makes sense. Dilute the blood, get it flowing. Okay, habit 3.
Sugar reduction. Sugar, especially later in the day at night, is called a silent thief.
Silent thief. How so?
It causes low-grade inflammation and damages the delicate inner walls of your blood vessels over time.
So that late night snack isn't doing you any favors down there.
Pretty much. Even just cutting back a bit allows those arteries to heal, which supports better function overall, creates a healthier internal environment.
Right. Less damage, better flow. Okay. Habit 4.
Movement.
Meh.
But importantly, not necessarily intense gym workouts.
Oh, what kind of movement?
Something as simple as a short, light walk after dinner.
Just a walk.
Yeah. That gentle activity activates what's called the venous pumping system, your body's natural way of moving blood around efficiently. It helps guide the blood where it needs to go without strain.
So gentle movement helps circulation.
Okay.
And the last habit, number 5.
This one might be the most profound. Mindful touch.
Mindful touch. So how you do the techniques we talked about?
Exactly. The way you approach these points matters hugely. If you're just rushing, frustrated,
Yeah.
your nervous system knows.
Okay.
But if you approach it with care, respect, as if you were attending to something sacred, that's the phrase used.
Something sacred.
Yeah. Your body responds to that presence, that intention. It's not woo-woo, it's how our nervous system works.
Okay.
It turns a mechanical technique into a genuine living practice.
I see. So it's the quality of attention you bring to it.
Precisely.
So these 5 habits, breathing, hydration, less sugar, gentle movement, mindful touch, they really build the foundation, don't they? They make the switches work better.
That's exactly it. They create the right internal conditions for those points to have a real lasting effect. It's a whole system approach.
And, while getting morning erections back is obviously the focus, the source goes deeper, doesn't it? It talks about the emotional shifts, the psychological changes that come with this.
Oh, absolutely. This is where it gets really powerful, I think. Men report feeling much more than just, physically functional again.
Yeah.
It's often described as reconnecting.
Mm-hmm.
Reconnecting with a part of themselves they thought was gone, tied to youth, confidence, masculinity.
Reconnecting. Yeah.
The stories shared are quite moving. There's Harold, 74, retired mailman.
Mm-hmm.
He said he wasn't looking for a miracle. He just wanted to wake up one morning and feel that he still mattered.
Wow. Feel that he still mattered. That hits deep. It's about vitality, isn't it?
It really is that sense of inner aliveness. And another one, Leonard, 69, he actually wrote, and this was quoted, "I don't even care about sex anymore. I just wanted to feel my body still responds to me, and now it does."
Just knowing your body responds. That
Yeah.
connection is the key thing for him.
Exactly. It's not about chasing the past. It's about, as the source puts it, reclaiming presence, reclaiming respect,
Mm.
reclaiming a part of you that didn't actually leave. It just, well, it needed your attention
You
again.
need your attention.
Yeah. It's about moving forward, but with dignity, with confidence, knowing your body is still with you, still responsive.
This whole deep dive has been really eye-opening. The idea that the body can respond like this, those 3 specific points, the
Mhm.
5 habits supporting it all, it really feels like practical, powerful knowledge for anyone listening.
It really is. And the final piece of advice from the source is key. Make these practices sacred.
Sacred, like treat them with importance.
Yeah. Not just another chore or some quick fix you try once.
Mhm.
Make it a daily ritual, a ritual of breath, touch, and presence. Because real change, lasting change, it doesn't come from dipping your toe in.
Right.
It comes from committing, showing up consistently day after day with that mindful intention. That's where the real transformation happens.
Consistency and intention makes sense. So maybe the final thought to leave everyone with, drawing from all this, is what if that strength, that vitality, that connection, what if it never actually left you? What if it's just been waiting quietly for you to tune back in and find it again? Think about what that could mean for you.